Hi everybody, got some breaking news out of TikTok. A woman who made a lot of videos on there has passed away, and so has her husband, her 2 kids. Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. We're gonna look at some of these TikToks. She killed her family. Please remember, I'm not a doctor of any kind. I'm not a medical professional. This is for us to go through and comment and try to understand. It is not a substitute for anything, okay?
Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm cleaning up my kitchen after dinner and bed and all the things with the kids. And I'm just like living in my wallow of self-pity. And I was just trying to think of like a constructive way where I can like let out my daily thoughts, because there are many and they're very intense. And I hate bombarding people, like my friends and stuff, because I feel like I'm already like leaning on them so much. So I wanted to start my own little, I guess, public journal, if you will, of my family going through and fighting glioblastoma in my husband. Procedure, his craniotomy for tumor on the left side of his brain on last Wednesday, so a week from today. But we didn't even find out about the mass until Monday.
Cancer, and obviously she didn't deal with it very well. That's why we're looking at this. I want to see if there's any signs or anything.
When he went into the ER for some symptoms, and they did a CT scan and then obviously an MRI because they found a mass on his brain. He had 2 tumors and he also had a large cyst. So it has been go. It was very fast. And while I'm thankful for how quickly everyone moved, we weren't able to prepare at all, and specifically prepare our kids for this. And so the main reason that I wanted to make these videos is mostly just like the loneliness aspect of it. Like, I'm only 1 week in, and I am so lonely.
She was crying for help, big time. Big time. Even just this little bit that I've seen, you know?
And it's not that like I have like no one to talk to. I have so many people to talk to, and so many people that would take my call and will listen to me rant. And I obviously have my husband. He's recovering from his surgery phenomenally. He's doing amazing. He is like almost back to his normal self, while we still are at that phase of like healing and healthiness. I have all those things, but like it's just not the same. Like, the things that I'm struggling with are not the things that my husband's struggling with. Like, I feel like I'm being pulled in so many directions mentally and emotionally, and like I just don't know where like to start. It's just so hard to toe the line of being hopeful and like thinking that we're going to be the 5% and we're going to be the statistic that beats it and whatever comes with that. But then in the same breath, like having to be practical and plan to be a widow and plan to...
thought process was all over the place, wasn't it? I mean, it was just going all over the place. Nothing came together. It doesn't sound like she wanted to face the fact that he was going to pass away.
Support your family on one income and to be a single parent of 3 kids and juggle all the things that come with that, whether it's activities or just like them being humans and like growing up on this earth and having to manage that. You know, and so like during the day, I handle it really well because I'm working, I'm making calls, I'm scheduling appointments, I'm contacting people, I'm like busy, and my brain is like totally in admin mode, and I'm like go, and I'm business. And then the sun goes down and I just feel it, like, and it's so intense. And you know, my husband's still like recovering from,
you know, if you ever lost anybody really close to you, they say stay busy, stay busy, stay busy. She was trying to stay busy, but when that everything stopped, she was struggling, wasn't she? Just can't.
It's craniotomy, so he can't lift anything.
Self-inflicted stuff, but to take somebody else out, like your family, your kids, I don't think I'll ever understand that.
I'm doing all the bedtimes, and by the time I'm saying goodnight to my 3rd kid, it hits me that like this is gonna be every single night at some point for the rest of my life, where I am doing all 3 bedtimes alone, and then I shut the door to the final kid and I'm totally by myself, and I have no one to talk about my day with. I have no one to be a sounding board for anything that happened that day, whether it's with the kids or work or anything. And I think that's the part
like a
that
gal who needed a lot of people around her, a lot of, you know, she wasn't as independent as a lot of people are. Not a lot of people, as some are. She needed, you know, leadership.
it hits me the hardest because I was never planning on this being my life. It's just so ironic because the weekend before he was diagnosed with his tumor, we went away for like a staycation, and we were literally talking about like how we were going to grow old together and buy a condo in this cute little town that we were in, and like this is where we were going to live after our kids go to college and stuff like that. And then like the next day, everything changed, and that dream like poof vanished, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
And
she didn't know how to process it, did she?
it just is so hard to be everything all at once. So I just like need an outlet, and I'm hoping that this will give me the peace that I'm searching for.
Unfortunately, it didn't, did it? Oh, God.
Okay, so my last few videos have been so depressing because this is so depressing. But I wanted to talk about like some of the positives that have come from all of this. Obviously things moved really quickly, and it was really overwhelming. But I will say that there's been 2 huge shifts in our family dynamic, like right off the bat. The first one was between my husband and I. I could just tell instantly the second that we got that CT scan back that like the way we were going to...
Hear that?
to treat each other was going to be different from that moment on. Like, we are so quick to apologize to each other, you know.
Sounds like maybe the puppy dog, the dog background.
Things have been really hard, so it's easy to get frustrated, and it's easy to feel like we're not on the same page about stuff. And it's been instant that when we are short with each other, frustrated with each other, disagree, argue, whatever, it is within moments we are saying, I'm so sorry that I talked to you like that. I'm so sorry that I was snippy with you, whatever it may be. Because we just realize, like, we're on the same team here. Like, I know that there's things about each other, anyone that annoys the other person, or you may be tired or whatever. But within seconds of getting this diagnosis, our entire demeanor changed with each other. And so I'm just thankful for that. Like, I think that it just made us realize, like, who cares? Like, none of that stuff matters. We're on the same team. Our goal is the same. Our love for each other is the same. And we just have, like, moved past all that, like, little petty stuff that builds up over time in any relationship. And I just feel like our line of communication just instantly became, like, wide open. The other piece that
I've seen something.
I'm thankful being so, like,
I don't know if that was her husband or
loosely used, because I'm not truly thankful for anything that's happening, because this is actual hell on earth. But knowing that my time with my husband and our family's time with my husband is finite, and it is going to come to an end, whether it's 12 months or, like, fingers crossed, 5 years. Sorry, my dog is throwing his bone around. It has enticed and, like, is exacerbated, like, our need to
about the dog.
be
Took off the dog. I mean, it's all bad, but she did leave one kid, the youngest.
together, take photos together. You know, I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos that, like, we have a huge community. Our families are super involved. Our friends are super involved. And I was telling a lot of them when they were saying, how can we help you? Because we don't need help right now. I was saying the greatest gift that you can give me right now is when you're with us and you see my kids with their dad, me with my husband, like, take pictures of us. I don't care if we're looking. I want candid ones. I want posed ones. I want every single photo that I can take. I want that, because then I can have those forever and there won't be a moment missed. And whether it's, unfortunately, just this last period of time that we'll have with him, that we'll have those photos, I don't care. I want my kids to have every single picture with their dad that they could ever have. So I'm thankful, because we were not good picture takers, and that has, like, totally changed. Like, I'm obsessive, taking pictures of everything, making him stand there with the kids when anything happens, asking my dad on Easter, take pictures of us, and he was all over it. Like, that is a free gift that you can give anyone who has someone that is ill, terminally ill, whatever it may be. Take pictures of people. I guess there's 3 things, not just 2 things. The third
I
thing,
agree with. I hope she wasn't meaning, because they wouldn't be there much longer. Oh, that'd be sad.
and this will mostly be from what my husband has said to me, I am definitely, like, not an easy person to love. I've had, like, my own baggage in the past, and I'm definitely not, like, the most emotionally available person. But my husband told me the other day that he, like, is watching me, like, crack open and just be, like, totally vulnerable with
Suffered from some kind of illness already.
him, and, like, really air out, like, all of the things that I feel for him, all of the ways that I love him. You know, usually when I'm upset, I really do just, like, keep it to myself, but I'm just, like, letting it all out at this point. Like, and he said that the last week, like, the vulnerability, the emotional availability that he's seen has, like, really made him fall more in love with me. And that has been so heartwarming to know that, like, through this all, like, there are parts of it that are positive, and that, like, we're going to remember some of this time as, like, maybe some of the best times of our family.
The best that he could with what he had. I mean, he was dying, so he was trying to make her feel loved. maybe a lot more that he knew, family knew, that we don't or never will.
Lives. And while I wish that the end of it wasn't that my husband is going to pass, I'm still thankful that like we at least have this time. We know that there is time and we are going to make the most of it. You know, like terminal illness is not easy, and I know the road's not going to be easy, but I'm just trying to like take every second that I can and like make it the most and give my kids memories with their dad that they will remember for the rest of their lives, instead of just like these days that we kind of just like get through. So thanks, glioblastoma. Okay, so my last
Oh no. That is one of her kids. That's the one that's living, I think. That didn't get taken out. So sad.
Welcome to my depressing life, part 300. Thank you to everyone who reached out about the appointments yesterday and asked me and sent me messages. Like, it did mean a lot. Sorry that I didn't get back to any single one of you, because I really needed like the last 24 hours to digest. Like, I actually really haven't told anyone. I've told maybe 4 people about what we were told, and 2 of those people were my parents. So we went and got our MRI. We had to wake up really early, 3:45 to be exact, which is the middle of the night. But we went and got our MRI, and then we went right off to Boston, and we were going to meet with our neuro-oncology team at Mass General Hospital, so MGH. But the day before all of this happened, my husband did a like dry run of his radiation here at the local cancer care center, and met with the radiation oncologist here. And he did, as the angel, beautiful, wonderful man that he is, he voiced his concerns. He said, "These are my wife's concerns. What do you think about them?"
About somebody and then, you know, and then do that. I don't get that.
And it was basically like, we waited too long to start treatment, and that the trial is a gamble. He said, everything that you do is a gamble. Standard of care is a gamble. So none of it matters about that. And like, maybe we did wait too long, but like, it is what it is. So we're here at this time, like you can't look back. But he said he would look at his MRI results and he would let him know. So we were supposed to go in at 9 o'clock and everything was running behind. So we're still in the waiting room at 10 o'clock. And his radiation oncologist called him, and I could tell that he was talking to him, and I could tell that like the news wasn't good. So basically what he said was that the cancer had come back. And it came back where he got his craniotomy, and they had removed 99% of that tumor. And I think for me, I wasn't expecting that news. I was expecting bad news today. I was ready for them to say, it's all to shit. It's all horrible. That second spot has grown exponentially, which it has. And I just wasn't expecting them to say, you have cancer back where it was. It's only been a month. That is crazy to me. That doesn't make sense. But unfortunately, I'm not in charge of anything, and it came back. And
Cancer is she? That's why it just keeps coming, doesn't it?
we met with the NP for the neuro-oncologist, who I love, both of them, and we basically just said, like, everything we're supposed to talk about today, like, first we need her to look at these MRI results and we need to talk about that. And I'm so thankful that they were willing to do that. Like, what a gem. So she did, and she said, yeah, it's back. It lit right up in the MRI. It's like a small grape marble sized tumor. Yeah, and it sucks. But she said that it doesn't change the course of treatment. So we're going to stick with what we're doing. We're going to find out on Friday what arm of the trial we get, and then we'll go from there. But like, for me, I was expecting bad news. I knew we were going to get bad news. I've never had a situation that mattered this much to me and was this important to me where it hasn't gone absolute to shit. So I was ready for bad news. I just didn't think this was the news we were going to get. I thought they were going to say the second spot is horrible.
Really late at night. Gotta be. Her kids are sleeping. Her husband's sleeping. Wonder what time she did that at night.
Think they're going to say you have a huge tumor, because that is huge in comparison to the brain. A huge tumor in your brain, right where we removed everything. I just didn't think that. I don't know if that's naive. I don't know. But I think the part that breaks my heart the most was like watching my husband. I'm going to try not to get emotional about it, but for him, like, he has been feeling really good. These last few weeks, he's been feeling totally fine. He's been feeling great. And he's like, I'm going to be here for 5 years. I'm going to be here for 10 years. I'm like, yes, you are, of course. Absolutely. And then getting that news, he was like, I have 2 years. And I'm like, I wish they wouldn't even fucking tell us. Because I do think the emotional part of it plays such a big role. And like, I don't want them to break his spirit. And he was like, I don't have that much time. Look how aggressive my cancer is. It's coming back that fast. And I'm like, ah. And I feel like ever since then, he's like planning
She
for...
didn't want to face reality of it. Didn't want to face the reality.
Like, he went out for drinks last night with like a bunch of his friends, and then tonight he went 2 hours to go see his friend who he hasn't seen in a long time. And I'm like, it feels like you're planning for death, and like, you're not dying, but like, he's dying. And like, who am I to tell him not to do that? I would never. But like, what are we doing here? It's just crazy.
But then
So we start treatment next week.
Oh my god. Yeah, she definitely had some issues.
And if we get an arm of the trial that is not standard of care, we start Wednesday. If we get the standard of care, we're pulling out and we're going to do chemo radiation with that second chemo pill, and we will start that Monday. But it just feels like so surreal. Like, I can't fathom that we're going to be in treatment. And like, all the side effects, like, obviously I hope that we don't have them, but that like exacerbated symptoms, hair loss, exhaustion, all of these things that I'm just like, how could we go from fine to like literally incapacitated in 4 months? It'll be 4 months. it just blows my mind. Like, what a fucking shitty ass cancer to have. And I know that no cancer is good. I get that. Please don't take that for what I'm saying. But like, they know nothing. And they say, we know nothing. We don't understand it. We don't understand treatment. We don't have a solid care plan. We know nothing. And I'm like,
Yeah, she didn't want to believe, accept it. She didn't want to accept it. If she couldn't have her dreams come true, all the fairy tale things they talked about, then it was going to be no way, or the highway. It was her way, or the highway.
perfect. And I hate like holding this close to the vest, but like I also just hate talking about it. I hate talking about this. I hate talking about it with my friends. I hate talking about it with my family. I barely want to talk about it with my husband. And I would rather ignore it and pretend that it goes away, but it's clearly not going away. It's actually coming back with a bigger vengeance than ever. And I want to crawl under my blankets and just like sleep it off. But I can't. And
She couldn't face reality.
it's horrible. And this is the beginning of the real journey. Like the beginning, everything that you've seen up to now has just been like fodder. Like it's all chatter and talk and like feelings. Like we're getting into like the nitty gritty of it now. And like we're gonna see like the real results. Like we're gonna see either the disintegration of my husband or the acceleration. And I hope it's the latter for my heart and my soul and like everything that is me. But like it could go one of two ways.
Okay, what did she mean by that? I mean, it was a cancer that was not going to be cured. It could go one of two ways. Acceleration. I think that was a statement telling us what was to come. What do you guys think?
There was a lot that I learned at the appointment from yesterday that I'm going to do in a different video that's like all about the science and like the learning of it. But today sucked. Yesterday sucked. I truly knew I was going to get my ass kicked. I just didn't think it would be in the same spot. And I didn't think it would be so big. I made her show it to me. And it was big. Like anyone could have seen it. Helen Keller could have seen the tumor. It was huge. I just can't fathom how fast it grows. It's just so sad. So keep us in your thoughts. Keep us in your prayers. Please send all the vibes. We need all of it. Every single one.
Wow.
Welcome to my depressing life, part 300.
She had no idea how to process any of that. No idea. All these dreams and things that they were going to do together, it was taken away from her, and kind of childish, like, I can't have what I want. No one can. That's just how I see it. Shame. Oh, pray for the one that's still living. Ah.